Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, and with Michaela singing, that means we are back in the lobby bar for the week of July the 21st, 2025. Brian and Michaela with you here. And Michaela, we are on our way to another new movie again this week, right? It's been one after the next. We did a couple weeks ago, Jurassic World Rebirth. Last week we
Mm.
did Superman, and tonight we're going to be going to see I Know What You Did Last Summer. So, are you looking forward to getting back to the theater again? Are you are you ready to get back to talking about an old movie from the 80s? Or how's your movie going? Been going this summer?
um, I gotta say, I think I'm least excited about this one. Um,
This was like the first one you put on the schedule,
I
like
know,
hundred years ago.
I know. Well, it was a real big deal. They were marketing for this one pretty hardcore at the
Mm,
beginning of the year. And so I thought, we should do it up. We were thinking about doing the original in the on our Patreon site, right? We were like, oh, we're going to do this big thing, and now I don't know. It doesn't seem to be faring as well as it could. I mean, I don't know what their actual expectations were on the return of this thing, um, but we'll see. I don't know. I've seen some stuff on the premiere, people walking the red carpet. I always get the wrong person who created this, but Lois Duncan, she's amazing. I'm excited that we're continuing kind of with her stories because I think that she is probably fallen by the wayside, like as far as like teen stories. And this was
mhm.
actually pretty good for like a thriller as from a teenage perspective. So I hope they keep some of that stuff going on, but we'll find out tonight when we see it.
We'll find out tonight when we see it, and we're going to be talking about it this week on the episode. But before we make our way to the movie theater for this evening, I thought we needed to come up with a drink, and I found an article. Actually, it was from a couple of years ago, but I'd overlooked it at the time, and I've seen it a couple of times now, and I thought that this would be fun. So basically, this is from liquor.com, and it is an article about the revitalization of some of these disco drinks, and it says here, and it says which vintage cocktail deserves to be saved. So Michaela, I'm just going to read these off. Let's imagine that you're going into your fanciest disco club, as you do
Okay? As I do
from
all the
from time to
time.
time, from time to time. So we've got four cocktails here, and I'm just going to read these off to you. I want you to pick one. And then we're going to talk about it and if we think it's any good or not. So, these are our classic disco drinks that may or may not deserve to be saved. And definitely, listeners at home, let us know which one of these you think should be saved or sent the way of the disco records there. Okay, so we've got the grasshopper, which I think we've actually done before
We
on
did
segments.
actually. We covered
Uh,
it on we did a stone
the Romancing the
stone.
Stone, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Romancing the
Okay.
Stone. I'm like,
So,
I was gonna say Taming of the Shrew, but that wasn't it.
so we've got the grasshopper, or should it be long dead with Romancing the Stone? We've got Godfather, we've got the Between the Sheets, and we've got an Appletini. So, which one of those four do you think you're going to be going for, Michaela? Is it the grasshopper? That
No,
minty, creamy thing. It's really
nope,
hot outside, so not that. We're closing that one
not
out
that.
right away. We've got the
Yep.
Godfather, Between the Sheets, and the Appletini left.
So Appletini sounds really sweet and gross. Between the
Okay.
Sheets, I don't even know what's in it. I love a Godfather though.
Okay.
I love a Godfather. So, but let's do Between the Sheets because I don't think I know this one.
Okay, so the Between the Sheets here. I'm gonna just pull up this cocktail and let's see if this is sounding any good to you. It sounds a little bit kind of like a sidecar, kind of like daiquiri here, but the base component's going to be cognac. So into a shaker tin is going to go 1 ounce of cognac, 1 ounce
Mm.
of light rum, 1 ounce of triple sec, and a quarter of an ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed, and then you can garnish that with a flamed orange peel. So I'm guessing that this is the newer, the modern take on the Between the Sheets, because you definitely weren't doing all of that back in the 1970s disco club. But how does that sound? I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds real good. That sounds real good. It sounds kind of like with the cognac and the rum, it sounds kind of sexy. I mean, the name is really very 70s. It's very
Yes,
vintage,
yes.
right? But unlike the Sex on the Beach or the Tequila Sunrise, it sounds a lot more adult Does that make sense? Like, and its ingredients can be really
It
inspired too.
sounds a
So
lot
you
more
can,
grown up. I don't know if adult is.
yeah, that's probably true. More elegant, more sophisticated in its adultness, I suppose. This you could really dress up or down, right? If you didn't want to garnish with an orange peel, they certainly did not do that in the 70s at these clubs. Um, and they probably used like a I don't know, sugary triple sec mix, like a sweet and sour mix instead of triple sec, I feel like, right? And then like that acerbic acid lemon juice stuff instead of actually fresh lemon juice. But this could actually be really high level and elevated if you used really high end cognac and like a nice light rum. This could be great. I'm gonna make one of these today.
I'm gonna
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
happen.
I'm gonna mix up one of these. I'm gonna throw in some Bee Gees, and I'm going to do my disco dancing here on our way to the movie theater. So yeah, definitely let us know if you've made up a between the sheets or what your favorite disco era cocktail is. But yeah, I thought that article was pretty fun. Let's talk about the box office here real quick. Superman leads the way again with another $57 million. It's ticked up over $400 million worldwide. So good job, Superman. Jurassic World Rebirth. I Know What You Did Last Summer. $13 million there for that. Smurfs with 11 million and F1 hanging in there at the top five with $9.6 million. So nothing really surprising, I guess. I think I Know What You Did Last Summer was probably hoping for a couple more dollars because all of these are going to be pushed by the wayside because we have a big one coming out this week, Michaela. Bambi the Reckoning. Oh wait, no.
Bambi the
Fantastic Four
Reckoning.
First Steps. But we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about Bambi the Reckoning. Do you want to go see this? I don't know.
Um,
I do not.
no, I don't. What I do want to do, I want to watch it. I hope it comes out by Halloween this year because I want to see it. I want to do like
By
a,
deer season. I hope it's out for
but
deer season.
I want it. I want it. I want to be able to shoot it. Look, I think it's kind of interesting that these fairy tales are being retold in this really dark way. Like,
Mhm.
I'm kind of here for it. I really am. Like this Bambi looks like if The Exorcist happened to a grandfather deer, um, then that's what it would be. I don't know. It's like a regular deer with like shark teeth or something. It's real
Yeah,
strange
it's pretty
looking,
scary.
and I'm absolutely not going to be watching this in the theater. But I do think that this could be fun for like an adult scary movie kind of
Yeah.
where you've got popcorn, you make yourself up a between the sheets, you settle in, you put on a fire, and you watch some terrifying deer
Right. Yeah. Do you think
thrillers, slash and thriller thing.
do you think like several hundred years ago, when a lot of very fancy like attorneys and judges in their powdered wigs were sitting around determining what exactly was going to go into the law for public domain for public domain law, that they imagined that Bambi the Reckoning is what would be coming out of it? I don't know for sure. So we have Fantastic Four First Steps is coming out this week as well. More on that to come here in a couple of weeks. So we have two other things I wanted to make mention of here. We have Happy Gilmore 2 is coming to Netflix. I'm a big fan of the first Happy Gilmore, and I like not all, but most of Adam Sandler's works. I know that's not something you were a big fan of, Michaela. So I'll probably check this one out. I assume you'll probably skip it unless your household decides to watch it. But there is something I wanted to ask you about because we've never talked about it. This documentary, it says that it came out in 2023. So I don't know if it just never got like a distribution partner or what, but we have a documentary, Sherry and Lamb Chop, coming to the movie theaters this week. So Sherry Lewis there and her
Yeah,
iconic little lamb chop doll that I think first got introduced in like Captain Kangaroo, like back in the 1950s, and
yeah.
like this whole world of Sherry, absolutely brilliant. So I'm very excited for this. I don't know about the movie theaters if I'll make it out there, but hopefully that means that it'll be coming to streaming here at some point, so I can check that out. But what about Sherry Lewis? Was Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop, was that something you knew of or
Oh
got
yeah.
down with?
Oh yeah, no, she did a special in the 80s that was like Sherry Lewis sings nursery rhymes and then Sherry Lewis tells fairy tales and Lamb Chop was with her and it was like the most cuddliest, coziest stories ever. And I always thought that she was somehow friends with Sharon, Lois, and Bram, who did the Elephant Show.
Okay.
If you know who they sing the Skinnamarink Dinky Dink Skinnamarink Doo. That was like they put on these shows and it was like this elephant was also there. And so I thought they were all somehow friends. And then I listened to Captain Kangaroo on record growing
Okay.
up. So I didn't realize there was such a disparity in like the age between this lamb chop and like the original lamb chop. But yeah, I'm here for it. Didn't realize there was a documentary coming out about it, so that's exciting.
Yeah, so very excited for that. Like I said, I remember watching a lot of kind of the little shorts between, the older stuff, and then I think like the Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop like show I think came out in like the early 90s, I want to say, and ran for a few years, but I definitely remember that like watching that one PBS. So that's pretty cool. So check those out. Let us know what you think. Definitely you're probably going to make your way out to see Fantastic Four First Steps as we're going to do later this week or early next week. So we'll be talking about that, and let us know if you caught I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let us know if you've had a Between the Sheets cocktail, and let us know how you're dealing with the heat and with all the new releases. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week in the lobby bar.